The Rushdie affair, when it broke, it challenged me in a way that I had not been challenged before. Because I had to find a response to a situation which was unique. In the situation, I found that the book was not, in my view, a work of art or written in innocence, or indeed written by just one man. It appeared to me, by the circumstances in which the book was published, that there had been a conspiracy to launch this book as an attack on Islam itself, because a very large sum of money was paid to Rushdie in advance of the book. So large a sum, in fact, that never before had such a large sum been paid, even to a very eminent writer like Rushdie. Secondly, the media hype that accompanied its launching. The book is totally unreadable. It is a very badly written book, badly structured. In every way, people have said it is an unreadable book. And the parts that I have read are clearly unreadable. And yet, it made to the short list of the Booker Prize and eventually won the Whitbread Prize for literature. Now, books don't win prizes like this simply because they are good or bad, because they are promoted by the very powerful resources of the publishers and the literary world, as it were. So the Rushdie book, as far as I could see, was part of this opening up process of Islam, where they wanted to get at the Prophet of Islam, to attack him with the pop culture, to attack him in the way that Muslims had never allowed for him to be attacked. Having come to that conclusion, and having seen the popular reaction to that book, that left me in no doubt that I had to throw caution away, and I had to take a principled stand, whatever the consequences. And of course, as you know, this whole country almost unanimously called on the British government to prosecute me, to jail me, to quarter me, to hang me, and so on and so forth. There were no fewer than 4 debates in the House of Lords against me. Lord Jenkins, the former Home Secretary, went to the extent of saying that I should be prosecuted for treason. This was not a case for the Director of Public Prosecutions. That was a case that the Cabinet should take the decision to prosecute me, and so on.
And what were their grounds? Sorry.
The grounds was that I had committed treason against Britain by defying the law in this country against Rushdie, by simply saying that that the death sentence on Rushdie was valid, was true, was within Islamic law. This is the position I took up. I endorsed the death sentence on Rushdie.
You still do that?
And I still do that. I still do that.
When I completed my degree at Chelsea College of Advanced Technology and Science in geology, pure mathematics and botany, a very curious combination, I had the idea of going on to a further degree, of doing a master's. And I was thinking various topics, subjects, you know, what dissertation and what. And the thought crossed my mind that perhaps a study of how scientists reacted to the Copernican discovery that the Earth, in fact, was not what had been assumed up until then, and to study how people had adjusted themselves to it, looking at it from a geological point of view, that is, the original flat Earth concept, and seeing how, with Copernicus and Galileo, scientists, as they were perceived today, in those days, adjusted themselves to this discovery. And I therefore had to make a study of the theories and concepts of the shape of the Earth from the Middle Ages and even before, right up to today. So the first problem I was faced with was to get some information on it, and you would be surprised how difficult it was. I was told there was a man by the name of Mr. Sam Shenton, who was president of an organisation called International Flat Earth Research Society. I found his address. He lived in London Road, Dover, and phoned him up and asked if I could see him. He said, delighted. I went over and discovered he was a fundamentalist. That is, his arguments were almost entirely based on the Bible. The Bible clearly says the four corners of the earth. Four corners of the earth implies flat. If the Bible says so, it is so. He quoted the early church fathers, and there is no question whatever that the church did believe the earth was flat until the Middle Ages, even after. There's even one or two churches today, like the Ethiopian church, did you know that? Still believes the earth is flat. So it really was quite interesting. The problem I found, of course, was that being a scientist and a geologist myself, I found his arguments, to put it gently, unconvincing. That is, it wasn't sufficient to quote from the Bible. What he was about one subject, there's no question that he was right. There is no question whatever that the authors of the Bible, those who inspire the Bible, whatever, believe the earth was flat. There's no question about that at all. On that he was absolutely right.